According to the most updated data collected by the UNESCO, there are more than, a little less than actually 60 million out-of-school children in the world. Once World Bank and UNESCO estimated that 1/3 of these out-of-school children in the primary education level are the children with disabilities. And also World Bank once estimated that only 5% of these children with disabilities can complete the primary level of the education. However, the actual situations or accurate situations of the children with disabilities are not really known or captured by the international society or international organizations because there are various definitions of the disabilities, and of course there are some international standards, but it's not really practiced. And then also the proper medical assessment of the children with disabilities are not practiced in many developing countries, even in the middle-income developing countries. So we have to really know the actual situations of the children with disabilities, and then their education access for the future. Inclusive education concept became an international trend of educational cooperation and educational policies worldwide since the World Conference on Special Needs Education in Salamanca in 1994. And then also CRPD, the Convention of the Rights of the Persons with Disabilities, included this concept of the inclusive education and introduced inclusive education as a major practice of the educational policies to ratifying countries in 2006, and then and more countries actually now become serious about this inclusive education. So inclusive education is now actually certainly a trend. However, inclusive education policies is understood as mostly as equity strategies by many policymakers. Of course, it is equity strategies and human rights strategies, but also in the many developed countries, in the process of introducing inclusive education policies, they also examined inclusive education as a quality strategy. It means introducing inclusive education, we can upgrade the quality of education, embracing diversity, not only for the children with disabilities, but also the children without disabilities. So that understanding has to be more prevailed, I think, by the developing countries. I mean, educational practitioners and then also education policymakers in developing countries to enhance inclusive education as major policies in developing countries. Of course, our JICA Research Institute studies also found that that is seconded, the inclusive education as a quality strategies is seconded by and shared by the perspectives of the teachers and parents of who are having children with disabilities. So I think there's a great potentials to introduce inclusive education in developing countries. I mean, promoting this concept, understanding that inclusive education as a quality strategies. Of course, there are many other possible interventions. For example, the infrastructure, like transportations to the schools, and then also barrier-free school buildings is also necessary, very needed actually to create inclusive situations of the children with disabilities in the schools in developing countries. And then also teacher training is key to provide quality inclusive education.